February 8th. I don't know if you guys can see that moon behind me, just on top over that building there. It's full moon. Second day I've seen it over there. It used to be on the totally opposite side over here, and now it's over there. Things, I mean, this thing moves around. You don't know what it's gonna do on what day. But we're definitely living in some strange times, aren't we? This perverted lifestyle being accepted, it's crazy. I forgot what that woman's name's called, Ellen or whatever. And you got these newscasters that come on there saying how they're perverted and like it's a good thing, you know, they're coming out of the closet and all that, which we know it's been legalized now by the courts and everything. I was just listening to a church where they were speaking on the 5-7, the 57-77, the Jewish calendar year. And they were saying how the Jewish people are expecting their Messiah to show up this year. This is the time to be rejoicing because we're going to turn things around. We're going to make things work good for us here in America again. We're going to turn it all around. Well, I can't believe this. They're under strong delusion. You know, I thought they were going to speak a little bit more on the truth about it. But the truth is, the truth is, we know the Word of God says the Jewish people are going to be deceived. We are to pray for them. But we know they're going to be deceived because the Word of God says that He's going to sit on that Temple Mount and He's going to proclaim Himself to be God. Now, there's only one way that can happen. And that's if the Jewish people let Him actually walk in there and do this. Which we already know the Word of God says He's going to. I just went in there to get me a latte. Or a frozen latte, like. Caramel latte. And anyhow, I'm looking at the television set, you know, because I don't have a TV or nothing like that, and I don't watch it anyhow, but I seen these kids watching some kind of a musician show or whatever, and I said, what is that, the popular musician today, you know, and I scared them, I guess, just talking, saying that. But anyhow, that Ellen woman, whoever she is, with that talk show that everybody knows she's perverted, the president gave her a Medal of Honor because she admitted to the nation she's perverted. Man, we got people here that are deserving more medals of honor than something perverted that came out of the closet. It's like, really? But listen, I'm not going to get into that, okay? I'm just saying today, when you see these kind of things on television, well, what really struck me with this person, they got little children around them. And that, I cannot stand the thought of little children being around perverted lifestyle people. And I know I'm going to get a lot of thumbs down for that, but you know what? God does not approve of homosexuality around children. Okay, it's an abomination what they're doing. They were in the closet. But that really struck a chord with me, man, when I seen her with little children. You know, because they're all in the open about their sexual preference, even around children. You know, to let them know who she is and what they're about. Hollywood let this ease in. Television. You know, they brought this into society. Opened people, put it in people's eyes for them to take it all in. Like it's an okay thing. If you notice, even the comedians, in shows where they get people to laugh all the time, they'd get some of those guys who dress up like women. You know, like they'd be hiding out from somebody, but they'd dress up like women, and people would be laughing, like it's funny. Well, what they were doing was easing it in, little by little, and this is what we've gotten today. You know, had people been more sickened by it, rather than laughing at it, it would be a difference today in what's in the world. But when I heard that church even saying how 57-77 is going to be the year that the Messiah comes in and turns things around, even for Israel. Well, the truth is, they don't realize it. If that's how much they're into prosperity. If they were into the truth about anything, let me tell you something. They would know the Word of God says that he's going to sit on the Temple Mount and proclaim himself to be God. That's how twisted and perverted things are today. And most people are in strong denial. They are not speaking the truth about anything. We all know it says in here that in the end day, that they're going to sit on, he's going to sit on the Temple Mount and he's going to proclaim himself to be God. Okay? And it just really, it's on YouTube. Like I said, I go through it and I read it and I'm like, I can't believe this guy's saying this. And he's telling all the people like they should be getting excited about this. You know, that the Messiah is going to be coming to Israel. They expected him this year, 557, 77. This is the time. Well, how is it that these preachers in these churches don't know that it's written here that he will sit on the Temple Mount and proclaim himself to be God? Now, when he does this, the bride of Christ, the wise virgins, they won't be here. Because, see, we're not looking forward to this guy sitting on the Temple Mount claiming to be God. We know better. We know the Word of God, what it says. But how is it that all these people that sit in church year after year after year, that's been doing it for years, how is it that they don't know? How is it that they don't know? That's what blows my mind. It's impossible. It's impossible. How is it possible that church members today can sit in a church and listen to a pastor saying these things when we know that the written Word of God says that the Antichrist will sit on the Temple Mount, proclaim to be God, and that people will worship his image? It says all that in there. And how is it? God says he's going to give them strong delusions because they love the lies. They love the lies. They love their lives, everything about this world. And let me tell you something. You can't get people to see the truth today. I've been pointing things out to them and they just kind of laugh at it. Like it's just funny. And it's far from being funny. I've noticed how people's attitude even towards me, a lot of the people I'm coming around, they're acting a lot more hateful towards me. Because, see, I'm talking about the things they don't want to hear. And remember what I said, it's a spirit that's in people. And let me tell you something, they're like, they're interconnected. What one does, the others know. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was at a Christmas parade, I went there to cash a check one time in Florida, and it was called, and the street I was supposed to turn on, they were having a parade. I didn't know this. And I ended up parking a couple blocks down, and I said, well, I could probably walk and get to that bank on time. Well, by the time I got to the bank, it took me a while, but by the time I got to the bank, there was a sign saying it was closed because of the parade. So I had to turn around and look for my truck now. And going back to that parade, I was seeing how they had like rap floats with gangster guns and stuff on it, playing loud rap music. Didn't have nothing to do with Christmas, nothing at all. All the floats, they were all worldly stuff, country music, all the things of this world. I didn't see anything about Jesus Christ. Nothing. You know, maybe Santa Claus might have been in there, but if you look at what Santa Claus is, Santa is Satan. The letters are just moved around. And everybody was wearing really tight red clothing too, really tight red hats, lots of makeup on their faces, almost looked like whores, to tell you the truth, the way everybody was dressed, and no kind of dignity to them, just all wanting to flash themselves. I'm seeing now where I'm seeing more people that are more colder. They're more, if you're not going in the same direction as them, they know who you are. Especially if you're speaking out against them, they know who you are. And that spirit that's in them, let me tell you something, it's coming out of them. It's coming out of them more and more. We're close. I'm going to tell you something, you guys. These next few months should prove to be very interesting. Very interesting. We're going to see, you know, I'm looking at this older person right now coming out of here. You can see they dyed their hair all purple, but now some of the gray's growing out of it. And she's wearing a t-shirt with a big bull horn on her head. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. This is far from normal. This is far from normal. It's not, it's like being in a, it's like being in a different world, man. A totally different world. We don't blend. We do not blend. Remember what it said in the end days? The clay and iron being mixed together, blending together? Well, I'm going to tell you something. Those of us that are seeing this, it looks like a nightmare, to tell you the truth. Those of us, we didn't blend. We're not blending with this. And they know it. They know that we don't blend. And don't be surprised if you notice that they're not going to like us more and more and more. Because what did Jesus say about those that get left behind? He calls them what? Foolish. Why were they called foolish? If I'm already seeing how they're coming in sync together, like they hate those that love Christ, okay, that do the will of the Father, that he says we should be bold, okay, and because we're ambassadors of the Word of God, okay, we're ambassadors of it, and we should be bold, therefore. In other words, we don't back down to this, what it is today, what the churches have done. The Word of God even says that they got drunk on it, on wine and strong drink, which they have. But yeah, don't be surprised. These next few months should prove to be very interesting, you guys. Let's keep watch, just like Jesus Christ said. Keep watch. Be very alertful of what's going on right now, okay? Because we don't belong here. We don't blend in with what's going on. If we did, we'd love it. We'd love what's going on, and we don't love what's going on. Let me tell you something. When they removed God out of everything, the 10 Commandments, I went out with it. I had no love of this nation or what's in it anymore. And you can be sure the Lord's blessings are not on this land. And they're going to start seeing famine and bad things going on here. God bless you guys. I hope and pray that you get something out of this message. Remember what I said? What Jesus said, watch. Therefore, watch. And you're going to start seeing these things. But you can't be in the world and see it. Because he says clearly, you can't serve two masters. You'll love one and you'll hate the other. And you can clearly see who they love. They love what's in this world. They love it. Because if they didn't, they would be among us right now. And it's like looking for a needle in a haystack right now. God bless you guys. Hope, pray that you get something out of this message. Please see the description box. And I'm going to include a video from Revelation's End Time. Daniel's 70-week prophecy. Okay? And listen to the dates. Where he speaks about something should have happened around September of 2015. Well, that date, I got evicted out of my shop because I couldn't pay the rent there no more. That's when I had a lot of people offering me big money to work for them if I spoke less about Jesus Christ. You know, they were trying to get me to get into the world, to be worldly with them. But I seen everything. The Lord revealed a lot of stuff to me, just like this photo. You can clearly see that angel blowing the trumpet. Clearly see it. And I got this photo soon after that too. After they tried bribing me. And they couldn't do it. But he said we should have seen him in September of 2015. Well, September is when I got kicked out of my apartment. And he's saying by June or June, I believe, of 2017, no later than that, these next couple months should be proven to be very, very interesting. Like I said, I'm noticing a big change in how people are acting. I mean, I noticed a big change several years ago. And I reported everything from when I went across the nation, man, how everybody, even in small cowpoke countries, was all acting the same. Like they had the same spirit in them. They were all like the red hair, purple hair, nose earrings, tattoos behind the ears. And I got tattoos on me, but let me tell you something. It's almost like they're in sync with one another. You know, they're all doing the same thing. And you got a lot of people that maybe they aren't, but they're under strong delusions. Pay very, very close attention. And remember this, we were separated. We don't blend in with this because the Lord said He's getting a peculiar people. We would be considered peculiar to Him rather than what's in the world here, okay? God bless you, and I hope and pray that you get something out of my message.